What's up everybody, Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at Torodor, Nightmare Void Rift, free to play, phase 3, stage 4. As one of these Goblin King stages again, like the resources raids. Without further ado, let's dig in. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We went through these pretty much, they're all pretty much the same. If you've done them once, you've done them 1,000 times. These are just like the resource raids for EXP or gold. More along the gold because they have more tankier units coming down. So the Diamond Goblin King's gonna come down. They have really high HP, so you're gonna need to do a significant amount of damage to them. Legendary Gold Goblins are just like little minions. They come down. They're really easy to take care of. But we also have the Mythic Gold Goblins, which are really high or really loaded on HP as well. We are going to focus mostly on AoE heroes, and this is a team that we're going to be bringing. We're bringing Isolde, Oleg, just to kind of hold him back. It isn't really required. If you are doing enough damage, you could try pulling out Oleg and maybe putting an Autumn in there to increase crit rate and crit damage with Dolores and see if you can get him in range. We're going to bring in Maul, Hollow, Wrath, Greed, Navras, and Dolores. Dolores is there for inspiration to help get the attack nice and high to get past those high defenses. Maul, we'll go over his build quick. He's in a Soulbound Arcana set, Warlord on the left side. We're going to focus on attack bonus with crit rate, crit damage. Attack speed where you can get it on all three pieces, pretty much the same. On the left side, we're looking at Warlord, crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus as well. For the weapon, if you can't get crit damage, go ahead and get an attack speed, crit rate, attack bonus. Or just go for crit rate, attack bonus if that's all you got. For the armor, I'm going with crit rate, crit damage, and attack bonus. You could go with attack speed if you needed to. It's not a big deal if his crit damage is a little low. Total stats gonna be coming at 13.6k attack, 2.1 attack interval, crit capped, and around 271 crit damage. 250 crit damage is probably gonna be just fine. Even if you're below that a little bit, it's probably fine as well. We're going for the Sharpshooter's Crest. You could go with an Angel's Gaze. I like to go for the Sharpshooters because it's an extra 1500 attack as for a Mythic Artifact versus the, 500 I think it is. And the AoE damage plus being equipped with Dolores, we shouldn't really have to worry about getting past those attack thresholds or can past those defenses, I mean. Okay, next is going to be Navras. Navras is coming in at 15.5k attack. Crit capped, about 340 crit damage. Same kind of concept. He's just in a Annihilating Might. You can get Annihilating Might and use Annihilating Might when you are given the inspiration buff from Dolores. It helps a lot. Greed is going to be somewhat similar. He's going to be in a Soulbound Arcana set. Attack percentage focal point for the main stats. Crit rate, crit damage for substats. On the left side, we're going for Warlord. Same kind of pieces. Crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus. These are my favorite kind of pieces to use on the left side. He's coming in at 15.2k attack, 100% crit rate, 300 crit damage, 2.1 attack interval, and his artifact is going to be a tier Twilight at level 22. Navras is using a level 25. White Tower trinkets will work just fine. Oleg and Isolde are just in defender kind of sets. Guardian, HP percentage main stats for all three pieces on the right side. HP percentage focal point for substats on the left with Life Force or Immortal Warrior. We have Wrath here. He's in a Soulbound Arcana set. And Infernal Roar is probably better in this case. Soulbound Arcana works just fine. He's coming with total stats of 53k HP. This isn't required. You don't really need to worry about his HP so much in this fight. Just focus mostly on his attack. But we're on 20k attack. He's crit capped and 300 crit damage. I'm assuming probably right around 17k is probably just fine. He is in a Lunacy Visor. It doesn't really matter. If you wanted to really kind of amp up his damage, you could put him in his exclusive artifact, or you could throw him in a Wailing Skull. There's quite a few options here. Be a Forsaken as well. It'd probably work pretty well upon reaching max stats. Increases damage by 8%. You know, it's whatever you can kind of throw on him. As for Aloe, it is suggested on this one that she would go on a Rage Regen ring. You want to get her Rage Regen nice and high. The more she can ult, the more she can bring their ults back and get everybody rolling again. Euphoric Orb for the artifact. Dolores is coming in at 14k attack, invigoration set. I would assume right around 11k is probably just fine because most people are probably going to be using that. 11k threshold. And she is in a maxed out golden scarab. Now, like I said, you can go ahead and pull Oleg if you need to. If you're kind of struggling with these kind of heroes, you don't have any good like AoE mages or somebody like Arrogance. You could put a Vulcan in there. She does do some AoE damage and puts up vulnerability. She can help with the Goblin Kings. There's all kinds of heroes here, especially mages in particular. They'll help Ajax, Vierna, Honora, Boreas, Comet. You know, there's just tons of them that you can kind of use here. As for fighters, a Cerberus might be a good idea. Obviously, Ardia, Arrogance. Let's see. There's a lot of good options for this, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on explaining things. As we go through the fight, I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. Do it on one next. I'm gonna get myself out of the way here quick. There we go. We're gonna place Oleg first. We are gonna put Greed right here, facing right. We're gonna put Maul up here, facing down. Navras facing right here. And we're gonna place Dolores and gonna point her at Maul and hope that he gets the invig buff, which he should. And then we're gonna place Wrath up here in this corner. We're gonna place Hollow right here, facing forward, and Isolde back here. Now, Hollow is gonna be able to cover everybody's ultimates, so it's gonna help out a lot. Maul, you'll notice that his damage won't be too intense without having Dolores' ultimate up. But it is still very nice. I'll show you in just a moment. I'm gonna activate her ultimate and then get Maul going, and he should just pretty much wipe the board. I see that one guy survived. That's okay. Go ahead and activate Hollow. On 2x for a moment. Activate Navras. He should be right in the middle of Dolores' ultimate here. He does do a very good amount of AoE damage. And we can go ahead and hit Maul right away. He's in a Soulbound Arcana set, so every time he uses it, his damage is going to go up by another 10% until he hits about 5 ultimates. We're on 2x. And the reason for placing Wrath up here, by the way, is because he will be in range of Dolores. You could... Yeah, I suppose that's a pretty good placement. It works fine for me. We're going to wait. I'm going to try to use Maul's ultimate. Make sure Dolores is up. Go ahead and use his ult. And activate Navras as well. Then we're going to hit All Hollow. Cycle the ultimates like usual. Navras putting in some work. So is Greed. What do you guys think is going to be the highest DPS unit on this map here? Going to be between Navras, Maul, or Greed. Go ahead and activate Maul. Stuns. Got some freezes off there. A little bit of knockback. Maul's such a great hero. I love Maul. So it's getting pretty intense in here. That's fine. Go ahead and activate Dolores, and as soon as Navras is ready, go ahead and hit him as well. These guys should come in. Maul should be able to hit him. Go ahead. Activate Hollow again. I'm also a really huge fan of Navras. I think I like Navras now more than Greed. Greed does work really well as a support, but he does do some decent damage as well. Not a hater by any means. Go ahead and hit Maul. Put off a nice stun on everybody, hold him back. We'll hit Navras without the ultimate from Dolores this time. Do a significant amount of damage. The fight is pretty much over already. And there you go. Just keep cycling out. Do as much damage as you can. You could try to bring some extra AoE mages if you need to. Alright, so here's the big reveal. Who is going to be on top? 3, 2, 1. Maul. I wasn't sure if it's going to be Maul or Navras, but Maul does do a ton of damage and he hits a really wide, long range too. Greed being a good competitor, being outside of Dolores' range actually for Navras. Wrath coming in 11 million, Greed 34, Navras at 36, and Maul at 48. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget you can also join the Discord if you need help with anything. We have hero guides in there, stage guides, takeovers, the works, and all these videos from Void Rift here will be placed in a nice orderly fashion on one of the channels so you can go in there and easily find what you need for a guide. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep digging.